What's up, guys? It's your boy Milano Miguel, back at it again with another video. It's been a while, but we are back after the international break. Today's episode 13 of the AC Milan vlog series, so here we go. So, there is a ton of news that I had to get through. So, let's get started. First things first, Moise Kean has been linked with AC Milan. Recently, Mino Raiola has come out and said that Moise Kean should play for Milan. And Moise Kean's father also came out and said that the Everton was the worst decision that he's ever made. Moise Kean then responded that, who are you to comment on my life decisions when you weren't really in my life, kind of thing. So, Moise Kean is in the mix. Sampdoria is also interested, but Moise Kean's a young talent, kind of like Cutrone, also a shocking move. I didn't expect him to move from Juventus to Everton, but things happen, and we also have Dries Mertens, who is falling out with Napoli, and supposedly his contract expires this summer, and they haven't made any attempt to renew his contract, so it seems like he's out. He's on his way out the door. Milan could possibly go for him in January. I know there's a 10 million asking price for him. Wouldn't be opposed to that. That'd be a good addition to our squad. We also have interest in Dani Olmo, the Spanish midfielder. He's been tearing it up. He tore it up in the European Championships, the under-20s, under-21, something like that, with Dani Ceballos in the summer. He's also been tearing it up with Dinamo Zagreb in the Champions League. So he's a good prospect, a good young youth. And he's been doing well in the Spain national team too. We also have Milan are no longer interested in Mario Mandzukic. It seems like Mario Mandzukic may be on his way out from Juventus, but not to Milan. Possibly going to Manchester United, but we'll see about that. Ivan Rakitic has come out to say that he is sad at Barcelona. He's not getting as much playing time and whatnot. Very good midfielder. Seems like he's just been put out. But it seems like Barcelona want to loan him out and not sell him. So initially, Milan is interested, but it would be a loan. Juventus are also interested in Rakitic, and it seems like Rakitic is leaning towards Juventus rather than Milan, but we'll see how things happen. Fabio Borini also may be sold. We know that Torino is interested in Fabio Borini. He hasn't featured at all this season. Played a huge role last season under Gennaro Gattuso for us. The guy was just versatile, from playing striker, right back. Even I think he played center back once, maybe. But yeah, Suso has also fired his agent. I don't know who his new agent is. We haven't heard anything yet. But Suso is under contract until 2022. He has a 38 million release clause for clubs outside of Italy. So if there's a club inside of Italy, I think the release clause is above 38 million. We also have our interest in Mohamed Selik, who plays for Lille in France. The asking price for the defender is 20 million. I don't like how we're being constantly linked with defenders, because we don't really need more defenders. I know our defense isn't that great, but I think we have enough defenders. Tyson has come out and admitted that he wants to leave Shakhtar Donetsk after suffering from racial abuse. It was a game where Tyson was playing and it was ritual abuse. He got tired of it, took the ball, kicked it up into the stands, and was frustrated, even started crying and left the pitch. He also admitted that Milan had a 30 million bid in the summer for him. So we'll see how that goes. I know that Milan still had some type of interest in him, so he could move out from Shakhtar this January. But he did admit that Shakhtar have been making negotiations kind of hard for other teams. Again, we have Zlatan Ibrahimovic back in the mix. So far, we're just waiting to figure out where Zlatan is going to go. Teams like Bologna, Napoli, and Milan have been linked with him for the past couple of days. Milan have sent in an official offer to Zlatan, which is an 18-month deal, so a year and a half, because January, signing him January would be half a year and then another year. And the deal would be worth 6 million euros. I'm guessing there's incentives and bonuses if we qualify for Champions League and whatnot. But yeah, also in order to fund this acquisition, Milan are ready to offload players like Frank Kessié, Fabio Borini, and Ricardo Rodriguez to pave the way for Zlatan. So I know that Frank Kessié is on the transfer list. He really might be on his way out, which kind of would be sad because Frank he's done his part for Milan. He's been a great contributor last year. He hasn't been at his best this year, but last year he definitely did a lot for the team. Ricardo Rodriguez, I mean, he's an average player, you know, he does his part, he's consistent, but he's not going to start with Theo Hernandez at 100%. He's Theo Hernandez's backup. I don't know if he wants to play that role, but yeah, and Fabio Borini's he's like a sixth man. He's like, he just comes on when people are injured. I mean, he's usable, but I don't think he's going to get any playing time anytime soon. Interesting fact, Napoli almost signed Theo Hernandez. It's crazy, right? But we also have Daniel Maldini, the son of Paolo Maldini, has extended his contract, signed his senior contract last week, in which he is contracted until 2024. He's also been included with the squad for Napoli. He's been listed as a bench player, so who knows, he could feature, whatnot. Speaking of Napoli, Milan are considering the return of Carlo Ancelotti. Should he get sacked from Napoli? I don't know. I mean, Ancelotti took us to our reign in 08 where we won the Champions. 08 or 07 where we won the Champions League. The last time we won the Champions League. But an Ancelotti return, it could happen. I know Ancelotti was kind of rumored to come back to Milan before he went to Napoli, but we'll see. Mehdi Benatia, the ex-Juventus defender, was also close to joining Milan last summer. There's just so many signings that we've missed out on signing that are quality signings, and it's really come back to haunt us. We are constantly being linked with a defender, and Demiral would cost us anywhere from 30 million. Supposedly we're going to bid 33 million for him in January. I don't know what that's all about. Hakan Çalhanoğlu has come out and said that he is open to a Bayern move. He confessed that he didn't move to Bayern back when he played in the Bundesliga because they had players like Frank Ribery and Ian Robin, and he wasn't going to start, so he declined that move. Supposedly there might be a swap deal if that does happen, and Milan would be interested in getting Thomas Muller or Jerome Boateng. So, let's see how that goes. Again with Granit Xhaka, I think Granit Xhaka is done at Arsenal. He's gonna be like back in the starting lineup and whatnot, but I think Granit Xhaka's gonna move. It's supposedly a loan move that's wanted in January, so we'll see how that plays out. Mattia Caldara is finally 100% fit. I don't know if he'll feature against Napoli. He might come off the bench, maybe in like the 80th, 75th minute. Maybe, we'll see. PSG are no longer interested in Gianluigi Donnarumma, which is good for us because we get to retain one of our star players. Gerard Deulofeu is also pushing for a Milan return. Watford are currently in the relegation zone in the Premier League, and I don't think Deulofeu wants to get relegated from the Premier League. So a January move could come. We'll see what happens. We have also been linked with a bunch of Argentinian starlets like Adolfo Gaich. Supposedly we're going to bid 10 million euros for him in January. He plays striker. Did very good in the, I think, under-20 World Cup this summer. Scored a couple nice goals. I actually watched that World Cup. Also, his backups would be Juan Sforza and Matias Godoy. I don't know anything about those two players, but their names were running around the mix. We also have Gaston Pereira. I think he's a midfielder. I don't recall which team he plays for, but he's been also linked. Additionally, we have a Rodriguez for Kostic swap deal rumor. Rodriguez would go back to Bundesliga, and Kostic from Eintracht Frankfurt would come over. Kostic is a striker, essentially. We definitely need a new striker, but we need help with our striker. Christoph Piontek isn't doing the best. And it's okay, like, he's still growing, you know, he's a young player, but we'll see. There's also a rumor that there'd be a Piontek for Belotti swap deal. I don't think Torino would get rid of their prized possession. I mean, but who knows? They've actually done that a lot. I mean, they sold Ciro Immobile. But who knows? And PSG are also plotting for a summer move for Lucas Paqueta in 2020. So we'll see how that goes. So, Serie A, match day 13. Milan versus Napoli. Milan are at home at the San Siro. 4-3-3, Gianluigi Donnarumma, Andrea Conti, Musacchio, Romagnoli, Hernandez, Krunic, Biglia, Paqueta. Suso was supposed to start, but before the game he had some issues with his stomach, so Rebic started, and then Piontek and Giacomo Bonaventura because Ismail Benacer and Hakan Çalhanoğlu were out on suspension because of yellow cards. So, I would say a very good start from Milan. I'm not gonna lie. For about 20 minutes, we dominated the game, creating opportunities, creating chances, and it was really good. Like, you know, really good in my opinion. But man, here is the same issue that we've been dealing with. We don't take our chances, and it comes back to bite us. 24th minute, Lorenzo Insigne takes a shot, it hits the crossbar, and Theo Hernandez played Irving Lozano onside, and he just gets a rebound, header goal in. We go down, but here's what I love. Despite going down, 5 minutes later, we come back with a goal from Giacomo Bonaventura, a wonderful goal. But yeah, first half was pretty much Milan's game. We honestly really dominated that game. I'd say good game from Giacomo Bonaventura. Good game, a decent game for Theo Hernandez. Overall, though, I'm definitely proud of the performance that we gave in that first half. You know, I was really thinking, maybe Milan could actually win this game. So we go on into the second half, and Rebic comes off with a knee injury, and Kessié comes on. And for the most part, again, we're doing okay. Honestly, Lucas Biglia is absolutely horrible. His touch on today's match was just absolutely atrocious. Like, he lost the ball pretty much every time the ball came to him. It's because of him that some of the counterattacks that Napoli had, we almost conceded from some of those. This just goes to show you that we need Ismail Benacer, and it'll be amazing to have him next week. I'm not even gonna lie. For the most part, I think Milan played really good. Krzysztof Piątek hasn't come to the table. He hasn't brought his A game. And I feel bad for him because, he had a great season. He scored against Napoli in his debut. But today he had multiple opportunities to score. And he created a couple opportunities and whatnot, but didn't really provide anything. And that's what Milan is missing: a clinical striker, somebody who's going to put the ball in the back of the net so that our opposition doesn't have the mentality to come back or fight back. At the end of the game, we came with a draw, 1-1 full time. I'm going to read off the stats to you. We had 47% possession, 13 shots, 3 on goal, a lot of fouls. We had 19 fouls, 3 yellow cards, 1 offside, 3 corner kicks, and 4 saves from Donnarumma. Let's give Gianluigi Donnarumma another shout out because he pulled off some big saves in this game, especially that one-on-one with Lorenzo Insigne. I really thought we were going to concede there. But overall, I think the man of the match is Giacomo Bonaventura with that outrageous goal that he scored. Romagnoli did a decent job. Musacchio came in clutch with that one sliding tackle that everybody thought was a pen but wasn't. He got the ball. So credits to him. Seems like he's going to be in the starting lineup over Leo Duarte. Pretty good game for Conte, Andrea Conti. He provided some attack, did some defense. I'll say that he tugs on shirts a lot, so he needs to be worried about that. Horrible game for Lucas Biglia, who was replaced by Davide Calabria later on in the game. Good game for Radek Krunic. He had a couple opportunities. Paquetá too. You can see that Paquetá really tries his hardest to score, and he gets frustrated, but sometimes he gets selfish, and that's what hurts the team. We had a couple opportunities where both Paquetá and Piątek could have passed the ball to someone else who was open and didn't pass, and we're suffering because of that, because we could have had 3 points had you easily made that second pass, but people want to be selfish and score the goal for themselves and claim all the glory. Rafael Leao came on in like the 85th minute, played about 5 minutes, didn't really have much to do, so can't really give him a rating on there. I already said man of the match, Giacomo Bonaventura. Ante Rebic played half. His half was pretty decent. I think if he would have stayed on and not had to go off because of the knee injury, would have been good. Pretty decent game for Franck Kessié. Created some opportunities. Lost the ball a couple times, but other than that, it is what it is. That is Serie A match day 13 in the books. So next week we are playing against Parma on Sunday. So I'll see you guys then. Peace.